Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of cameras. From their humble beginnings to the mind-blowing tech we have today, cameras have come a long way. Stick around because we've got some surprising facts that you probably didn't know, things that even surprised me when I first heard them. We're talking about the history of cameras, crazy expensive cameras, and even some things you need to watch out for. So if you're ready to geek out about cameras a little bit, hit that like button. Let's get started. Okay, picture this. It's the 1800s and you're a photography enthusiast. You want to capture a moment in time, but instead of pulling out your smartphone, you're dealing with a contraption that takes up an entire room. I'm not kidding. The very first camera, way back in the day, was absolutely massive. We're talking about a device so big that it needed its own dedicated space. It was essentially a giant box with a tiny hole to let light in. And the exposure times? Let's just say you needed a lot of patience. We're talking minutes, not seconds, for a single photo. Crazy, right? It just goes to show how far camera technology has come. Now let's talk about some seriously expensive gear. You know how some people drop crazy cash on designer bags or watches? Well, in the camera world, it gets even crazier. I'm talking about cameras that cost more than some houses. The most expensive camera ever sold was a Leica 0 Series number 122. This wasn't just any camera, it was a piece of history, one of the first Leicas ever made. So how much did it go for? Get ready for this? A cool $2.97 million. That's right, millions. I can't even imagine what it would be like to hold something that valuable, let alone take a photo with it. Megapixels, more than a buzzword. We hear it all the time, megapixels, megapixels, megapixels. But what does it actually mean? Simply put, a megapixel is 1 million pixels. Think of pixels as tiny squares of information that make up an image. More megapixels generally mean more detail and a higher resolution photo. But here's the thing, megapixels aren't everything. A camera with a crazy high megapixel count doesn't automatically mean it's the best. Other factors like the lens, sensor size, and image processing all play a huge role in image quality. It's like saying a car with a big engine is automatically the best. There's a lot more to it than that. The 23-second snapshot. Let's rewind to 1975. An engineer at Kodak creates the first digital camera. This was a game changer, but it wasn't exactly what we'd call pocket-sized. It was more like a clunky prototype. But the really funny part? It took a whopping 23 seconds to capture a single image. Can you imagine that? Waiting almost half a minute just to take one picture? No burst mode, no quick snaps. It makes you appreciate how instant photography is today. Just point, shoot, and boom, you've got the shot. The camera that sees you. Okay, this one's a little creepy, but it's important to know. In this age of smart devices, some cameras can be hacked. We're talking about webcams, security cameras, even the cameras on our laptops. If someone really wanted to, they could potentially spy on you through your own camera. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a real possibility. That's why it's crucial to keep your camera's firmware up to date and be mindful of the permissions you give to apps. A little caution goes a long way in protecting your privacy. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these curious facts about cameras, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content. See you in the next video.